Hi, my bunny friends, my little fluffle. How are you today? I'm so excited you're here. And welcome to the next installment of our Seeds of Love here at the Raspberry Rabbits. So excited to have you join me on our third block. So here we are. This is our Seeds of Love block of the month, and this is our March block. Isn't it pretty? So far we've had 3 of them, and there will be 9 blocks altogether. So let me show you what you're going to get in your kit. I have 3 different ways for you to stitch along with me on this adventure. So the first way is you can buy a kit from me. And so the kit will include pre-printed linen. You don't have to do any tracing at all. You get the fusible interfacing that you will use a cotton setting on your iron to fuse this to the back so that it stays in place when you stitch. You will get these gorgeous Valdani threads. You'll get a size 7 embroidery needle, and you will get printed instructions with color photos in addition to this video. All right, so that's one way you can get the kit. Or if you have lots of threads and you're a thread hoarder like me, but you don't like to trace, you could also just get the pre-printed linen, the fusible interfacing, and the instructions. And this is under printed linen on my website. Okay, so if you have your own threads and want to do your own colors, that's another option. Or if you are like my lovely friends in England and Australia and shipping is just way too expensive, or if you just like instant gratification, you can also purchase this as an instant download on my website. And then you will just trace the pattern onto whatever fabric, linen, or anything that you like, and it'll have the instructions there as well. So there's 3 different ways for you to get it: a kit, printed linen, or an instant download. The choice is yours. Okay, so this is our block this month, and I want to show you, give you a little class on the stitches that I used for it. I have this in the shop. All the stitches that I use are also in this handy dandy pocket embroidery guide. So in addition to this video, if you'd like to get one of these as a backup to help remind you how to do the stitches, this is a nice thing to have, okay? All right, so first thing, I'm going to get my little thimble. These are the thimbles I use. They stick right on my finger like that. They're so comfortable you never even know that they're there. It's just a little thimble pad, and you can use them over and over again. These are what I always love, and they're just so comfortable to use. I have delicate little fingers, so I need to use a thimble pad. All right, so what we're gonna do, the first thing is when you get your block, you wanna stitch all the leaves and the vines, the stems first. And what I did for the leaves and the stems is a back stitch. So you get your embroidery thread. This is pearl cotton, size 12. You wanna use about an 18-inch piece of embroidery thread. All right, so we're gonna start here. I'm just for giggles, I'm gonna start right here at this center point, okay? And all I do for a back stitch, you come up and you go back down on the line, just like that. Okay, and then you're gonna come a little bit forward. And then again, you're gonna go back into that first hole right there. Just like that. That's a back stitch. So that's all you're going to do, and you're going to outline the leaves, come around here, and again you're coming right up on the line, so you don't have to do any thinking about it. Just stitch on the line and back stitch here. Do one more, come up. I'm looking at it from an angle, so I'm having a little difficulty seeing it. Here we go. Okay, so you're going to trace all the way around. You'll go all the way around there. And then what you're going to do is you're going to do a series of back stitches to fill it in. Okay, so that's how you'll fill in the leaves, like that. You do the back stitches. So here's a close-up again of how that looks. You'll come up, do back stitches, trace around all of them with your thread, and then you'll fill them in with the little tiny back stitches, just like that. So that's what you want to do first. Okay, so then, let me cut this off here. Oh, this is how I tie off. I just come through the back like this, with just usually about three back stitches like that through those existing stitches. Then I use my little bunny scissors. I have these in my shop as well, and you're just going to cut that close and it'll never go anywhere. All right, the next thing we're going to do is the hearts here. And what I did for the hearts is I did a chain stitch to fill those in. Okay, so you stitch your leaves first, then you're going to stitch the hearts, and we're going to use a chain stitch. Again, about 18 inches of pearl cotton thread. And how you do the chain stitch is you're going to come up on the line right here at this start of this heart, and then you come back in like this and come up on the line again. So I'm coming right beside it and I'm coming back up on that line again. And then you're just going to loop this around. Okay, see how I did that? You came up on the line and then you loop that around your needle and then you pull it through. Oops, got a little knot in there. There we go. Though this shows you how to get a knot out too. There we go, little knot. And then you're going to come right back in, close to that edge, grab another piece. So you went into the center of that loop and you grabbed another piece and you come forward and again, loop it around like that. Okay, so you're going to do that all the way around. Do one more for you here. And you go all the way around like that. Keep looping. All right, that's how you do a chain stitch. So what you're going to do is when I did it, I stitched all the way around to this point, and then I came down, and then I stitched back up this side. And then to fill it in, I just went up and down and up and down and up and down to fill in the whole heart, okay? So you stitch around with the chain stitch, stitch around to here, then come down, then stitch around to here, and then keep going up and down, vertical, to fill in your heart like that. Okay? Super easy. That's how you're going to fill in the heart. All right, the next part is with the gold thread. Tie a little knot here real quick. I didn't have a knot in there. There's my knot. All right, so on these, what I did on these is a satin stitch. So it's just a little satin stitch to fill in these little buds here, okay? So all you do with a satin stitch is you're going to come up here on this line, and then you'll go to the top of that little bud. And then you come back down on the line, and then go back up, just like that. Okay? And you keep doing that all the way on both sides, up and down, till you fill in. Usually I'll go past the line just a little teeny bit so that it covers it up. Okay? But you'll keep doing satin stitch back and forth, like that. The last thing you'll do is your little French knots. So here's one right here. And the French knots also are done in this gold color. And you're going to come up here on that dot. You're going to grab your thread and you're going to wrap it 3 times. 1, 2, 3. Then you're going right back down, almost in it, but not quite, just beside it. You want to keep this tight. That's what's important, is keeping this tight right here. I drag mine over off the table because it's easier to pull that thread down. And again, keeping it tight. And boop, perfect French knot, just like that. Easy. Okay? So there's how it looks. This is the next block, and those are the stitches. We use back stitch, satin stitch, chain stitch, and a French knot. I hope that helps you, and I hope you enjoyed this. And if you have any questions, feel free to email me. And I love having you along, and for all your support, thank you, thank you, thank you. So hop on over to the Raspberry Rabbits and get your kit. Also, like and subscribe to my channel here. That would be wonderful. And follow along with me on Instagram and Facebook under the Raspberry Rabbits. Bye, my Fluffle.